Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están, amigas y amigos Cinemex? Mi nombre es Gonzalo Lira, me encuentran en redes como @Gonyz y ya están los cines abiertos, ya estamos listas y listos para vivir la magia del cine aquí en Cinemex. Y qué mejor que platicando con Joe Carnahan y con Frank Grillo, el director y protagonista de Un día más para morir, que se estrena ya en nuestra sala. The first thing that came to mind was Groundhog Day for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's that formula which I love, but can be tricky. Why was the video game world like the perfect vehicle for this story?
I just thought that it was, I grew up, I have a love affair with that 80s. I spent a lot of time in the arcade as a kid, playing Defender and Robotron and Gorf and, Galaga and Galaxian. I mean, you name it. So I also thought the idea of this, Frank kind of looking like one of these, like Ryu, like somebody from Street Fighter, like one of these kind of classic, video game. So I just thought it was an interesting kind of metaphorical thing, because in a video game, if you make a mistake and you die, you just get another shot. In life, it doesn't work like that. But here, this guy finds himself in that very scenario.
What would you say that video game world was the perfect vehicle for this kind of story?
I mean, I think that's exactly right. I think it's because in video games, you get to learn from your mistakes and improve from the game before. And I think that's what my character does in this movie, is that he wakes up every day, and every day he's a little bit smarter, and he knows a little bit more of the maneuvers. And so he's getting closer and closer to figuring it all out, right? And I think that's what we need to do as people, is to learn and learn until we become enlightened.
Hey, Jake, can I get a large bottle of that Baijiu? You know what? Make it 2 large bottles.
How can you drink like that?
I used to complain that every day felt the same, and now every day is the same. I have died 144 times when every day ends like this. But it doesn't matter. Not when you've lost everything you've loved.
You wanted to comment on real life?
Yeah, man. It's like, well, because you learn from your mistakes, right? And so here's a guy who'd been kind of a bad husband, a bad father, and if I could do these things again, would I do them differently? And I think it's very sweet that a guy just goes, listen, I may just do this forever. If I can just spend my time with my kid, I'm happy. If that's the way the world's gonna end, that's the way the world's gonna end.
Heads up. I know everything that's gonna happen.
I'm being tortured!
One thing that never changes?
What's up, pretty boy?
A bunch of assholes are killing me for reasons that remain a mystery.
I am Guanyin, and Guanyin has done this.
1, 2, 3.
If you were trapped in the same day, what would be the best day to get stuck in, and what would be your worst day?
Oh boy, God. What would be the worst day? Any day where I've experienced kind of tragedy. I would not want to be stuck in a day where you experience tragedy. Like that would be. I can't imagine that being. That would be, to me. That's like the very definition of kind of hell. And then a good
because
day,
you would be also numbed by the sadness in a moment.
Yeah, man. Exactly. You couldn't. That wouldn't be a very exciting cinematic experience either. And I think a good day is any day where you laugh a lot, any day where you had a lot of fun, where you had the people around you that loved. It could be any number of days, but I think any day you spent laughing and enjoying yourself, enjoying the people around you, and enjoying life, and not thinking about all the nonsense and the garbage that's out there. Those are good days. If I can repeat those days, and also if I could have more of those days than not, I think that's what we all want.
Because the day that keeps repeating is Joe's birthday, and I asked him if he was able to be like trapped in the same time loop, what day he would choose and what day he would never choose to.
Right.
What would be yours?
Oh my God. It'd probably be one of the days that one of my kids, or all of them, it's probably the day my kids were born.
Talking about your children, your son is in this movie. How was that experience working with him?
It was phenomenal. And here again, this is why Joe is a genius. He was the one who suggested my son be my son, and I said no, it's never happening. He said, well, let him read. And so he read, and I said, still not happening. He goes, well, he was the best one. I said, well, let me send him to a coach. So we sent it to a coach, and she called and said, I can't coach him. He's great. And I went, oh my God. So he came and he did it. And I have to tell you, that connection between those two characters, I think, is the heart of the movie. And if that wasn't my son, I don't think it would have been the same thing. So again, Carnahan is right.
Why this movie has to be seen in a big screen, and what's so magic about movies?
I think that this film was designed to be a big popcorn movie and to include the audience in the experience and to give them thrills and excitement and make them laugh and make them cry and do all the wonderful things that movies can do, that really I think great movies can do, which is transport you to another place, another time, and another sensibility, and you get to lose yourself in something for a while. And this is an awfully good movie to do that too. So I couldn't encourage people more to go out and take advantage of it. And I'm jealous. I've only been able to see this movie one time in a theater, and I wish I could. I may just drive to Mexico this weekend and see it. I may just drive down and see it.
Well, Joe, just be careful not to get stuck in a time loop in Tijuana.
Wait, because I've heard you could have quite a good time in a time loop in Tijuana.
Bring them all out. Every last one of them. I can do this all day.